A lone figure hurries through the rain-slicked streets of London. He clutches a briefcase, its contents a mystery. Inside, a meeting of high stakes awaits, a meeting that could expose a corporate giant's insidious secrets. This is the story of ENRC, a multinational mining company, and the Serious Fraud Office's relentless pursuit of justice. Our journey begins with a simple question. What secrets lie hidden beneath the surface of this corporate titan? ENRC, a name that once stood for wealth, influence, and global dominance in the mining industry. Whispers of bribery, fraud, and corruption began to circulate, casting a long shadow over the company's once impeccable reputation. The Serious Fraud Office, a government agency tasked with tackling complex financial crime, took notice. Join us as we delve into the ENRC scandal, a tale of intrigue, betrayal, and the relentless pursuit of justice. ENRC, Eurasian Natural Resources Corporation. Founded in the ashes of the Soviet Union, the company rose from obscurity to dominate the extraction of iron ore, chrome, and other valuable resources. At the helm of this industrial juggernaut stood three enigmatic figures: Alexander Makkovich, Patok Chodiev, and Alijan Ibragimov. Their wealth and influence seemed limitless, but beneath the veneer of success, a darkness lurked. Rumors of backroom deals, environmental negligence, and exploitation swirled around the company's operations. The first cracks in ENRC's facade appeared not in the unforgiving landscapes where it operated, but in the financial pages of the world's newspapers. Investigative journalists began to dig into the company's dealings. Reports emerged of questionable acquisitions, with ENRC allegedly paying inflated prices for assets in countries rife with corruption. Whistleblowers came forward with stories of a culture of fear and intimidation within ENRC. The company's initial response was predictable: denials, dismissals, and attempts to discredit its accusers. But the tide had turned, and the whispers of doubt were about to become a deafening roar. In the heart of London, an institution known for its unwavering pursuit of justice was about to set its sights on ENRC. The Serious Fraud Office, the SFO, had been alerted to the allegations swirling around the mining giant. The SFO's interest in ENRC was a turning point. The SFO launched a wide-ranging investigation, dispatching investigators to pore over financial records, interview witnesses, and follow the money trail wherever it led. The world watched as this David and Goliath battle commenced. The battle lines were drawn and the stage was set for a legal showdown that would captivate the world. At the heart of the ENRC scandal stood three men: Alexander Makkovich, Patok Chodiev, and Alijan Ibragimov. These oligarchs had ridden the wave of privatization to amass unimaginable wealth and influence. Makkovich, the strategist, possessed a sharp mind and a talent for navigating the murky waters of post-Soviet politics. Chodiev, known for his business acumen, was the deal-maker. Ibragimov, the enigmatic operator, preferred to work behind the scenes. The ENRC story wasn't solely about the oligarchs at the top. It was also about the network of individuals who operated in the shadows, the fixers and facilitators who helped grease the wheels of this corporate behemoth. These individuals, often with connections to political elites, played a crucial role in ENRC's success. One such figure was Viktor Mukayev, a former Kazakh intelligence officer who served as ENRC's head of security. Another prominent figure was Sir Paul Judge, a British businessman who served as a non-executive director on ENRC's board. As ENRC's power and influence grew, so did the scrutiny surrounding its practices. A whistleblower emerged from within ENRC, challenging the company's culture of secrecy and silence. This individual provided crucial information to investigators, shedding light on the company's alleged corrupt practices. The whistleblower's revelations sent shockwaves through ENRC, exposing the company's inner workings. Their actions transformed the ENRC scandal from a story of corporate greed into a tale of courage, accountability, and the fight for justice. The Serious Fraud Office, armed with information from whistleblowers and investigative journalists, began to piece together a troubling narrative of ENRC's activities. Their focus sharpened on specific acquisitions made by ENRC in Africa, deals that seemed to defy logic. One acquisition in particular raised red flags: the purchase of a copper mining operation in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The SFO suspected that this was not an isolated incident, but part of a broader pattern of behavior. The trail led them from the bustling streets of London to the secretive world of offshore finance. The tensions surrounding ENRC reached a fever pitch as the SFO, armed with search warrants, launched a series of dramatic raids on the company's offices and the homes of key individuals connected to the investigation. The raid sent shockwaves through the business world, signaling that the SFO was not afraid to take on even the most powerful corporations. Inside ENRC's headquarters, a sense of panic and confusion reigned as SFO officers swarmed the building. The company's carefully constructed facade of respectability crumbled as the reality of the investigation hit home. The die was cast, and the legal battle for ENRC's future was about to begin in earnest. The SFO's investigation became a protracted legal battle, mired in complexity and fiercely contested by ENRC's formidable legal team. The company, determined to protect its reputation, spared no expense in its defense. ENRC deployed an army of lawyers, forensic accountants, and public relations experts, challenging every aspect of the SFO's case. The legal wrangling dragged on for years, with each side accusing the other of misconduct. The stakes were high, not just for ENRC and its owners, but also for the SFO, whose reputation as a relentless pursuer of white-collar crime hung in the balance. The SFO's investigation relied heavily on piecing together a complex paper trail. The investigators meticulously scrutinized ENRC's financial records, searching for anomalies that could expose the alleged corruption. Their attention focused on a series of acquisitions and payments that seemed to defy conventional business logic. They uncovered a pattern of deliberately opaque transactions, designed to conceal the true nature of the deals. These paper trails painted a damning picture of ENRC's business practices. As the SFO's investigation gained momentum, a number of individuals emerged from the shadows to provide crucial testimony. These witnesses, some compelled by court orders, others motivated by a sense of moral obligation, provided first-hand accounts of the alleged wrongdoing they had witnessed. Among them were former employees of ENRC, individuals who had been privy to the inner workings of the company's operations. They spoke of a culture where ethical lines were blurred and questionable practices were often overlooked in the pursuit of profit. These first-hand accounts, corroborated by the documentary evidence gathered by the SFO, added a human dimension to the investigation. One of the most striking revelations to emerge from the ENRC investigation was the pervasive culture of silence that had seemingly permeated the company. Those who dared to question ENRC's practices or raise concerns about potential wrongdoing often found themselves sidelined, intimidated, or silenced altogether. This culture of silence was enforced through a combination of means, from subtle pressure and veiled threats to more overt forms of intimidation and retaliation. Employees who witnessed unethical behavior or suspected illegal activity often felt powerless to speak out, fearing for their jobs, their reputations, and even their personal safety. The SFO's investigation, however, acted as a catalyst for change. As the investigation gained momentum and the evidence mounted, the culture of silence began to crack. Employees, emboldened by the SFO's determination to uncover the truth, felt safer to come forward with their stories. The whistleblowers who dared to speak out, often at great personal risk, played a crucial role in breaking the silence. Their actions inspired others to come forward, creating a ripple effect that helped to dismantle the culture of fear and intimidation that had taken root within ENRC. The weight of the evidence, meticulously gathered by the SFO over years of investigation, began to take its toll on ENRC. The company's carefully crafted narrative, one of a reputable multinational corporation operating within the bounds of the law, was crumbling under the scrutiny. The SFO, emboldened by the mounting evidence and the testimonies of key witnesses, turned up the pressure. They conducted further interviews, executed additional search warrants, and built a compelling case that pointed to a systematic pattern of corruption within ENRC. The company, facing mounting legal fees and a public relations nightmare, found itself increasingly isolated. Investors grew wary, share prices plummeted, and ENRC's once sterling reputation lay in tatters. The walls were closing in. In a dramatic turn of events, the SFO announced that it was preparing to file formal charges against ENRC. The charges, stemming from allegations of bribery, fraud, and money laundering, sent shockwaves through the business world. ENRC, once a symbol of post-Soviet success, was now facing the very real prospect of a criminal trial. The ENRC saga, however, was far from over. The company, true to form, vowed to fight the charges tooth and nail, promising a vigorous defense and denying any wrongdoing. The legal battle, already years in the making, seemed destined to drag on. The SFO, for its part, remained resolute in its pursuit of justice. They had built a strong case, meticulously documented and supported by compelling evidence. But they knew that securing a conviction against a company with the resources and the legal firepower of ENRC would be no easy feat. The ENRC case became a test of the UK's resolve to hold corporations accountable for their actions, particularly those operating in high-risk jurisdictions where corruption often flourishes. The outcome of this legal battle would have far-reaching implications, setting a precedent for future cases and sending a clear message to corporations operating both domestically and abroad. As the legal proceedings continue, the question remains, will justice be served? Will ENRC be held accountable for its alleged wrongdoing? Or will its wealth and influence allow it to escape the full force of the law? Only time will tell. The ENRC story, a twisting labyrinth of power, greed, and alleged corruption, leaves us contemplating the shadowy corners of global finance. Did the lone figure clutching his briefcase on that rain-soaked London night hold the key to exposing a corporate giant's darkest secrets? We've journeyed from the heart of ENRC's mining empire, where allegations of exploitation and environmental disregard festered, to the sterile boardrooms where decisions with far-reaching consequences were made. We've heard whispers of backroom deals, witnessed the SFO's relentless pursuit of justice, and glimpsed the human cost of corporate greed. But even as the legal battles rage on, some questions remain unanswered. Will the full extent of ENRC's alleged wrongdoing ever be revealed? Will those responsible be held accountable in a court of law? Or will the complexities of the case, the vast sums of money involved, and the influence wielded by those implicated allow justice to remain elusive? We encourage you to delve deeper into the ENRC scandal, to explore the evidence for yourself and to form your own conclusions. The fight for transparency and accountability continues, and it's a fight we must all engage in. Like and subscribe to Oblivion Unlocked for more investigations into the dark underbelly of power and corruption.